Well, you two, it is a pleasure to meet you both. Your film is out today. Today's the big day.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, very, very exciting.
It is a beautiful film, a fantastic film. I would love to hear from the both of you what your original thoughts were when you read the script and what a unique script it was.
Mhm. Well, honestly, it's really hard to expect to really I don't know, to think about what the end product is going to be when you only have the page the words on the page. But I remember when I read it, I was so excited to get into it. I loved the world building. I loved the new characters that had been introduced. And also we got the demos for the songs before I think even before we got to set and got into rehearsals, they had sent us all the songs. So we had the demos on like a SoundCloud link. And I just remember thinking like these songs were so catchy and so fun. And I could not wait to see how they were going to fit this like classic story that everyone knows in with all of these songs. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Yeah, to run off that idea, I think, even though like I don't have the sort of clinical musical background that Martina does. I'm a far more untrained vocalist in that regard. So part of what drew me to it was, yes, the catchy nature of the music, but also Tim's dedication to trying to find this kind of like new modern interpretation of classical poetry that might open the door for new audiences to be exposed to, very classical material that can at times scare people away with its kind of rigorous structure. So that was something that really, really drew me just upon a first read and a first conversation.
The film has so much heart and tension on top of the music, obviously. Was there a particular scene that you felt that was just really powerful for you?
Ooh. Um,
Can I ask a clarifying question? Do you mean, does it have to be a scene that we were in, or can it just be a scene of the film that really, really like cuts
Yeah.
different?
Yeah, totally. Something that just really felt that
mm,
resonated with you in a powerful.
I I will say I felt really lucky that the day that Jamie and Clara did this scene, um, where they're basically like singing their vows to one another, and the friar is present and they're at the church. I wasn't working that day, so I got to go on set and kind of just shadow people and take photos and just take it all in as like as a consumer almost. And I got to see them film that scene, and it was just like we were in this church in the middle of Italy, and like this medieval church, and like the acoustics were so beautiful and it was so quiet, and Jamie and Clara are singing so intimately to one another, and you could just kind of hear the resonance like in this big empty church, and Derek Jacobi's there, and it's just like it was a beautiful magical moment. And I just remember thinking like this is the heart of the film. Like these two are the heart of the film, and it was their chemistry is like incredible, and they're both brilliant actors and singers. So I remember being there for that was really special for me. And I'm sure when people watch it, it's gonna be just it's gonna touch a lot of hearts, I think. But also like in terms of heart in this entire production, like we all got really close as a cast, I think. So anytime that we got to be all together, like when we were filming What If I Loved You, which is when Veronica and Mercutio sing together and all the Montague boys are in we're kind of all in the same place. And then when they filmed like the fight in the very beginning of the movie, all of that was like really, really fun to watch because I think everyone had kind of organically built this really good dynamic with one another, that seeing everyone kind of play with each other was really cool to witness. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely agree. Like all of the kind of large set pieces. The entrance festival, street festival of Verona was incredible with, fire throwers and people on stilts and flag throwers and all these fun kind of Da Vinci inspired machines spinning and whirring around. I think one of my absolute favorites has to be Dan Fogler's little like Hamilton-esque rap
Yes.
song.
Yes.
Yeah. He
Doing
goes
that
around the
well.
studio with Derek Jacobi the Friar, and he's just sort of like, grabbing random bottles off the shelf and mixing potions and throwing colorful powders around. It's a lot of fun, and he like brings such immense and infectious energy that it's hard not to enjoy it.
What a cool production to be a part of. And also got Rebel Wilson and Jason Isaacs. How amazing was this collaborative effort between everyone? I mean, do you have a particularly cool moment behind the scenes where you got to work with anybody that really just totally enhanced your performance?
I mean, I had a fantastic opportunity to work rather closely with Jason Isaacs and Derek Jacobi. Jason Isaacs, obviously being Lord Montague, so my kind of surrogate father figure, and he's fantastic. He's such a pleasure on and off set, and was just really inspiring because it's Jason Isaacs. He's someone that I've grown up watching on the big screen, and yeah, really kind of led the charge in a lot of different ways and inspired in a lot of different ways. And he was a great role model for me to kind of see what a long-term working actor kind of looks like. And that was such a fantastic opportunity. But also the whole rest of the children of Verona cast, we were all very closely knit, kind of training together in the whole pre-production process and doing all the choreography and a lot of kind of after set evenings would wind up by a piano in the foyer and singing songs together. It was a very, very, very bonding experience.
Yeah, I mean, just to hop on that. Yeah, everyone was pretty cool. And yeah, once again, like I personally didn't have any scenes with Jason. But like yeah, like people like Jason, Rupert Graves, um, Derek Jacobi, like they were just always around, and I think they enjoyed hanging out with us, and also because we were staying in the same hotels like everywhere that we were going, like in Verona and Parma, and we stayed in this little town called Salso Maggiore, which was just outside of Castel Arquata, which is where you see all the really great medieval towns and castles that we used. And I think it was a very unique experience that we were also filming nights. And so when we would wake up to go to work, nothing was open. And when we'd get back from work, nothing was open. So we really just like had to rely on each other and our hotel lobby to stay entertained. But it was great because we were working with these industry vets, and I think they really taught us how to like, how to do the work, and like and to lead with like kindness and joy. It just, I think a lot of us just had a really good time. And who could complain, really? We were in Italy for months, and it was great.
Dream. What a dream. So I would love to hear you both in a few sentences describe your characters, and then what three emojis would you assign to them?
Ooh.
Martina, please go first. I'm
Oh
gonna
no.
need to mentally
Oh
rack
no.
through
Okay.
the emojis that I can pull up at the moment.
Okay. Okay. Um, you said words first, right?
Yes, yeah, if you could just describe your character in a couple of sentences.
Veronica she's she's a performer, she's bold, she's I think that like she's kind of like the embodiment of like just colorful and vibrant. Um and emojis, I'm trying to think of like what. Ooh, definitely like the emoji of the girl dancing in a red dress. That's like, yes, that's one. Okay, I think that's one. Um, Second one is probably going to be, ooh, this is really hard, but I like this question a lot. Okay. The second one is probably going to be, there's a scarf emoji, right?
There's gotta be. I think
There's gotta be
right? Alex is like
a scarf emoji.
on it. Alex is like, I got
Surely there has to be. There
Surely
has
there's
to.
not gonna be. So a scarf emoji because, Mercutio gives her a little scarf. And that's really cute. And then maybe, ooh. And then you know what? Let's do like a little shooting star
oh,
emoji. Yeah,
oh, I love that for her.
I love it for her too.
That's fantastic. Please ignore me literally scrolling through emojis just
Honestly,
to
that's
try
a
to
good
figure out
preference.
what I am going to answer this with. Okay, fantastic. Let's give this a red hot go. Um so my character of Tommaso is an original character for this film. I would describe him as a bit of a brawler, very, very loyal, and very conflicted with his place in the family hierarchy, but also his ambitions for any life beyond that family code of honor. Um, if I could describe, or if I were forced, as I am, to describe Tommaso in three emojis, uh, I would probably say, though I can't find it, I'm going to assume that there's some sort of like sword or crossed sword emoji. That has to exist.
There's got to be a sword emoji.
That has to exist. It just has to. So that's one. Probably uh an angry face. Pick whatever angry face you like.
Mhm.
And the third one, I don't know if there's a like an admiration emoji. Um
Mhm.
like when you I
Star.
the closest thing I could find is like the big baby eyes thing.
Okay, that one also okay. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know if that implies the same thing that I really wanted to, but that's the best that I could find on short notice, guys. So you'll have to kind of bear with me.
Those
That's,
are good ones. Those are good ones.
those are so good. And you two were such good sports. I know that was not an easy question. That was like a quick. Uh, so I give you both such credit for that. That was really good. Um, is there anything that you want to add about the film or your characters that you would love audiences to know?
Mhm. Um, well, first of all, go and watch the movie in theaters in the States right now. And you can enjoy all the wonderfulness at the theater on the big screen. But I think um my character Veronica and Alex's character Tommaso both aren't in the original Shakespeare text. But they bring so much fun stuff to this new world. And personally for me, I had the wonderful opportunity to sing so many songs in this, and I really love the soundtrack. And it's also available on, I believe, Spotify and Apple Music and where you like to listen to your music. So yeah, go check out the songs, go check out the movie in theaters now. Alex is also a great action star. He does a lot of really cool stuff in this. He fights, he rides horses, he does all the things. So yeah, I think you guys are in for a really fun watch. You guys go to the theaters and see Juliet and Romeo.
Yeah, I don't know how to follow that. Please do go see the movie, check it out. The songs are absolutely incredible and will kind of live rent free in your head as they have in mine. But yeah, I think as Martina has said, there's so many new characters and such detail and care and love given to the world building in this interpretation that I'm just really excited for audiences to get some exposure to it.
Yeah.
Yay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Such a huge day. I'm so glad I got to share in this moment with you and celebrate. Um, it's been a pleasure. You two are delightful. I hope we could do this again sometime.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for having us.
I'm gonna
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been fantastic.